City is a direct evolution of Namco's 1980 arcade game, Tank Battalion. By taking that rudimentary concept and infusing it with varied terrain, strategic power-ups, and a pioneering level editor, Namco created an enduring masterclass in arcade-style action. At its core, Battle City presents a deceptively straightforward objective. You pilot a tank on a 13 by 13 grid. Your goal is to eliminate 20 enemy vehicles per stage while preventing those same forces from destroying your base, a fragile eagle emblem nestled behind a thin barrier at the bottom center of the screen. The brilliance of the game lies in its tactical geography. Rather than treating the battlefield as a static arena, Namco turned the environment into a dynamic gameplay mechanic. Brick walls, the fundamental building blocks of the game. They can be chipped away pixel by gunfire, allowing players to carve out custom sightlines, ambush tunnels, or defensive bunkers. Steel walls, impenetrable barriers that deflect all standard shots. They force players into dangerous bottlenecks unless their tank is upgraded to maximum tier. Bushes/forests, densely packed green areas that do not stop movement or bullets, but completely obscure sprites. Passing through a forest turns the game into a tense, blind guessing game where enemies can surprise you at point-blank range. Water hazards, bodies of water that block all tank movement but allow bullets to pass freely. This creates deadly firing ranges where players can be pinned down by long-range snipers. Ice floors, frictionless terrain that causes your tank to slide awkwardly, completely disrupting precision aiming and tight evasion. The game spans 35 distinct stages. Once beaten, they loop endlessly with aggressively increased enemy speed and firing rates, testing the absolute limits of human reflexes. The difficulty curve in Battle City is notorious. Your base tank is a slow, single-shot vehicle. To stand a chance, you must hunt down flashing red carrier tanks that drop random power-ups when destroyed. Collecting a star upgrades your tank. 1 star increases bullet speed. 2 stars allow you to fire rapid twin shots. 3 stars grant the ultimate ability to smash through steel walls. However, this progression is balanced by a ruthless risk-reward system. A single hit from an enemy resets your tank back to its weakest, slowest form. The power-ups themselves, such as the shovel, which temporarily turns your base walls into indestructible steel, the clock, which freezes all enemies, and the grenade, which clears the board, spawn randomly across the map. This forces you to make split-second frantic dashes across dangerous open territory, abandoning your defensive post to secure a fleeting advantage. The AI is deceptively cunning. While some enemy tanks mindlessly wander, others are hard-coded to aggressively seek out the path of least resistance to your eagle base. Threaded armored tanks require 4 consecutive hits to destroy, acting as terrifying mobile shields for faster, lighter enemy units. While solo play is a stressful test of micromanagement, Battle City transforms into an unparalleled cooperative experience in its 2-player simultaneous mode. Success requires strict division of labor. Typically, one player anchors the defense near the eagle base, controlling the bottlenecks, while the second player roams the upper quadrants to disrupt enemy spawns. However, Namco added a brilliant wrench to the gears: friendly fire. While you cannot directly kill your partner, shooting them paralyzes their tank for several agonizing seconds. In the heat of a frantic firefight, an accidental stray bullet from a friend can freeze you right in the path of an oncoming enemy shell, or leave the base completely exposed. This mechanic elevates Battle City from a simple shooter to a hotbed of screaming communication, laughter, and accidental betrayals. Years before Excitebike or Lode Runner popularized level creators on home consoles, and decades before Super Mario Maker, Battle City featured a robust custom construction mode. Accessible directly from the main menu, it allowed players to utilize the game's entire tile sheet to paint their own custom battlefields. You could build a fortress entirely out of steel, create a maze of ice and water, or craft a chaotic arena composed purely of destructible bricks. This feature provided the game with near-infinite replayability, turning players into game designers and cementing its legendary status among groups of friends. From a technical standpoint, Battle City wears its 1985 vintage on its sleeve. The visuals are minimal, black backgrounds, basic block textures, and simple sprite designs. Yet, this lack of clutter works entirely in the game's favor. The screen remains perfectly readable even when multiple tanks, exploding walls, and flying projectiles occupy the space simultaneously. Sound design is equally Spartan. There is no background music during the actual levels, only a catchy title theme and a brief victory fanfare. The audio landscape is filled entirely with the industrial thwip 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 of tank treads, the heavy thud of cannons, and the high-pitched alarms of a spawning power-up. Every sound serves a functional purpose, alerting the player to off-screen dangers and mechanical shifts in the battle. Battle City is a masterclass in elegant minimalist game design. It strips away narrative fluff to deliver pure, unadulterated mechanical tension. Its brilliant synthesis of terrain destruction, strict cooperative reliance, and creative customization options ensures that it remains just as addictive today as it was over 4 decades ago. It stands proud as an essential pillar of 8-bit gaming history.